Hello out there, cyber friends. This is the MIDI man coming back at you from Walker's Music. And normally I would be doing a word for the day right now, but at this particular moment in time, I want to take the time out to do a special presentation here, a special shout out. I want to bring back and go back down memory lane, and I want to give honor to a very, very, very dear friend of mine that I still consider a dear friend, even though he's been gone on many years to be with the Lord. But nevertheless, I still say that he's my best friend. Other than Jesus, he's my best friend. I wanted to say, that a real friend is something that is very, very, very hard to find in these days that we are living in right now. Mind you that most of the time you can see that most people now are just very, very introverted. I don't want to say selfish, but nevertheless it is true. Most of us are very, very selfish. And we don't mind anything unless it revolves around us. But I just want to just let y'all know of a story, and I just want to give I'm going down memory lane, and I'm giving homage to a dear friend of mine. His name was Walter Pitts Jr. And matter of fact, I'm a junior also. I don't tell many people about it, but I am a junior. But me and we called him June. That was his nickname, and we called him June. And me and him became very, very close. I should say it was like the last couple of years of his life. We done just about everything together. We was in school, and matter of fact, June was about a couple of years older than I am. He was about a couple of years older than I am. But nevertheless, we would be in school, and we would try to do things as our schedules permitted. We'd be together, and we'd be talking about different things. And after school, and he would come over to my house, and during that time, we used to love to play with these here things they call it a racetrack, electric racing cars raced on a track, and we used to do that. And we'd be back there in my room for hours playing them racing cars, and we loved to do stuff like that. And there's different games, and we play cards and whatnot, and with other friends in the neighborhood. But June was one of mine. June was just one of a kind, but we were more like brothers than just good friends. Because we would do so. I remember it was a place in my hometown over there in Cuthbert, Georgia. It was a little place, a little restaurant, a little eating place. They called it the Pit Barbecue. And you talking about some good barbecue they sold some good barbecue, but they also sold other things like hamburgers, French fries, and different stuff like that. The big meaty fries, And we used to love to go up there to the Pit Barbecue. We go up there and we would get us some sandwiches and stuff, and our milkshakes, and we sit there and we'd eat, or we go up on the town square, and then we'll eat up there or whatever, and we just did things. And we just done so much. And they had a place called the Deli Bar, and we used to go in there and do the same thing likewise. And we would go to the different toy stores and up there in town, and we look, especially this time of the year, going around Christmas time, and we just, everybody facing the window. We go in looking at the different things, and we just did so many, wonderful things, and we were so close. In other words, until, like I said, when he would be over to my house. My great grandmama, God bless her, she's gone on to be with the Lord too. And he would come over to my house, and when it was time to go, well, I would say go part way home with him. So I go walk, and we'd be walking, and I never will forget it. And I go, and he stayed in a place called McDonald Woods. In other words, that McDonald Woods is where I was born. That's where I was born. We would where I would walk part way home with him, and we'd get down there by the Sears and Roebuck, and those of you who know what I'm talking about knows what I'm talking about. And we would get there, and then I'd get ready to go back home, and he turn around and go back with me. And then by the time he gets so far back there, then I turn around and go back. I said, man, we keep doing this, we'll never get home, you know. But that's just the way we were. True friend. True friend. Nothing that I wouldn't do for him. Nothing that he wouldn't do for me. People, Lord, if we could just get that back. If we could just get people to have that type of mentality once again. I mean, this time of the year, it gets real. I get nostalgic about it. And sometimes I used to get kind of sad, but I realize and understand that God does everything for the best. And but I tell you, he was a very, very dear friend. His mom, I call her my mom, even to this very day. And it's been over 33 years. 33 years of this month. And he's left us. And but I call Miss Elizabeth Pitts. That's my mom too. I call her. But I mean, we were tight. And I challenge anyone. I challenge anyone to if you find a friend like that, people that will go all the way with you and then come back, cherish it. You don't find it. It's very rare, because like I say, you got most people that only interested in you for what they can get out of you. It's sad, people, but it's true. Some people are only interested in you for what they can get out of you. And I'm glad to say if I never find another friend, I did have at least one other than Jesus, and that was Walter Pitts Jr. June. And I've never had another one quite like him. And it was, like I said, it's been 33 years as of this month. And so I'm just saying to everyone out there, if you have a friend, cherish them. Male or female, cherish them. Because friends are very, very hard to find. True friends are very hard to find. So like I said, in this season time, I often think about it, because this was during the time when we would do most of our little running, and we would just enjoy it and everything. And also, this is the time, this month, 33 years ago, this month, is the anniversary of his going home to be with the Lord. And we have certainly missed my bro. I call him bro. And matter of fact, I see some of his sisters and his brothers now. I call them mine too. I call them my sisters and brothers. I don't see most of them as much as I would like to, but nevertheless, every time I see him, I think about him. Cause especially, he got one brother, old Daryl. He just like him. You know, every time I look at him, it's like I'm looking at June. But at any rate, like I said, the many man I said again, if you have a friend, and cherish them, because they're very, very rare, and they're hard to find, because like I said, most people are only after what they can get. But Jesus said a true friend that stick closer than a brother. What better love has a man that he lie down his life for his friend? And I tell you, people, we never got the chance, got that for the test to see what we'd even do that. But I believe we would have even done that. I think I would have gave mine to try to save his. And I believe he would have done the same thing for me. So like I said, it's just this video in honor of a dear friend I still call as a dear friend, and still my best friend other than Jesus. And that was Mr. Walter Pitts Jr., that we call June. Peace.